Hey guys, welcome to my 30-week pregnancy update. I have a lot to go over with you guys. First, some of the symptoms that I've been having. Weirdly, I've been getting shooting pain in my breasts to the nipple. It kind of starts like at my rib cage and then just shoots. And it's really painful, but it's not like debilitating or anything. Debilitating? I don't know why I couldn't say that word. Anyway, I talked to my midwife today about it because I had an appointment, and she said that she's never heard of it happening during pregnancy, but that it's actually pretty common for women who are breastfeeding to get some sort of like yeast infection. I told her that I have been sort of leaking a little bit of fluid, not a lot, and she said that if it doesn't clear up on its own in a few days, by the end of the week, that I should call her and get an antifungal cream. But I don't necessarily think it's a fungus, because I don't think like I'm producing a lot of colostrum or anything like that, so it's kind of weird. She said that she's never heard of anybody having this, or people just don't report it. I asked two of my really close friends if they had anything like this during their pregnancy, and they both said no. So, weird. I had some pretty intense Braxton Hicks contractions this past weekend, actually late last week. It got to the point where I had to like focus and breathe through them because it was really uncomfortable. And usually, like if I lean forward, she doesn't like that so much, and so she'll start like moving, and I'll have like a little Braxton Hicks usually. And I was leaning forward, and I was talking to my husband, and I was like looking at his computer, and then all of a sudden I like went back because I was like, oh no, I feel like the contractions coming on. And then it was just like every 2 to 3 minutes I was having really intense, not really, really intense, but like painful contractions, and I laid down for like an hour and then it went away. So that was good. Good practice. Definitely not something that I would say like I couldn't walk through or I couldn't talk through or anything like that. My husband noticed like I was breathing differently, and that's how he could tell that I was feeling uncomfortable. I also, 2 nights ago, had another episode of waking up in the middle of the night and running to the bathroom, gagging, trying to throw up, but I had an empty stomach, so it was about 3:45 in the morning, and so I didn't have anything come out, but I usually, when I throw up, I bust the blood vessels in my face. This time, I knew that, I mean, it happened to me once before in the second trimester, so I knew kind of what to expect, and so I tried not to fight it as much and just let myself gag and try to throw up. And it didn't, I didn't bust like the blood vessels in my eyes, which is really good. So, win for me. But I did bust some of the blood vessels in my cheeks. So yeah, that happened again. And then this morning I woke up, and I usually blow my nose in the morning, and had a crazy bloody nose, but it didn't last that long. It was like 5 minutes tops, and that's it. So that's better than my last bloody nose, which lasted like 40 minutes, so that's pretty good. And I think it has to do with my awesome new humidifier. I showed you guys this guy, the Crane Ultrasonic Cool Mist Humidifier. It holds a gallon of water. I was super excited to use it. We used it for maybe 3 days, and then it stopped working completely. Online, most of the troubleshooting has to do with the motor being loud, but the motor is the same. It's still the motor is running, but no mist comes out. So we had to contact the manufacturer and give them a proof of purchase, which this was bought on our registry, so we had to get a thing from Amazon saying that we did in fact receive it as a gift. But yeah, so we haven't had our big humidifier. I have that small one that I posted on Instagram a while ago, but it's not very plentiful. It's like very low mist. I have two settings on it. I have high mist, but it's high mist for like 4 hours, or low mist, and it will run for like 17 hours. So yeah, that kind of stinks. So I had my midwife appointment today, as I said earlier, and she actually had a nurse midwife in training do the appointment, and then she came in after the nurse student was done and sort of asked me if I had any questions and, you know, things that she couldn't answer. And I totally agreed to it because I fully support midwifery and more people, yeah, the more people that are interested, the better. So I was super excited to talk to somebody who's still in school. And yeah, so I asked her, am I high risk because of this gestational diabetes appointment? And then the facility that does the gestational diabetes appointment said that you have to have a high-risk doctor OB appointment and an ultrasound. So I was like, but I'm not high risk and I don't have gestational diabetes according to my midwife. And so I just asked her, like, I know I had one elevated glucose abnormality. Does that mean I have gestational diabetes? And she said no. And then the midwife came in and she said, no, you do not have gestational diabetes at all. I just think you would benefit getting a good talk with a nutritionist and just refocus your energy on being healthy, and that's all. That's really all. I would say I'm playing it cautiously. That's what the midwife said. And referring you there when you don't actually like need it technically. You're not gaining too much weight. The baby has all been on track growth-wise. So I'm playing it cautious, but I don't think you need an excessive amount of ultrasounds or to see the high-risk doctor. So I was like, whew, thank God. I feel like 100% better that we're both on the same page, and it's like I'm not high risk. I don't have gestational diabetes, so we're good. I also brought up the fact that I had like tingling pain in my left arm all the way down to my wrist and my ring finger, and it hurt pretty bad. Like every time I rub it, it would get worse. Sorry, I keep on like hiccuping. And she said that's completely normal. She said that's a little bit of a carpal tunnel thing. You could try wearing a brace to relieve some of the pain, or we can have you go see a chiropractor if you really want to, but it's up to you. So those were all my issues, and I talked to my midwife all about them, so I feel like completely better. Today, the crib and the crib mattress are coming. So it's been telling me, it's so annoying, it told me it was supposed to be here last Thursday. So I was super excited and waited around and nothing. So then then it said, no, just kidding, it'll be here on Saturday. So Saturday we like tried to stay home, and like every time the FedEx truck would drive by, we were like, oh my gosh, is that our crib? No, nothing. Then we checked it later on Saturday, and it said estimated delivery Monday. So whatever, it's supposed to be here today. So the crib is coming, and then we need to purchase a rocker, and we need to decide on a name. My husband and I have been throwing around ideas and calling her different names, and we haven't settled on a name yet. And I think we're actually going to keep it secret until she's born. But and we have this like cute little mini head that I found on Etsy that has the name, you know, whatever name you want, personalized in the middle of the mini head. So I really want to get that, but we need to decide on a name first. So rocker and some decor, and then we're done with the nursery. It's so exciting. So yeah, once we have the rocker, or maybe once the crib is set up, I'll do an official nursery tour, and I'll show you guys everything that we have in there. Alright, so that was my 30-week update. I hope it wasn't too long. And I do have an exciting announcement, but I'm going to be putting that in a different video. So keep your eyes peeled for another update. And I will talk to you guys later. Alright, bye guys!